Okay, so this is for later me who has to explain this. So we have two main sounds here. And so basically, this first sound here, we're going to work backwards. So we have this input coming from this filter here. Now this filter is getting a frequency modulation in from here. Then its input signal is coming from the first output of this VCA. And this VCA is getting its first input from this mixer module here. Now this mixer module has two parts to it. The first is this, which you cannot hear it, but it's a very low bass. This very low bass just runs over to this oscillator here, which is just doing just a very low bass sweep. And then the second part of this input signal here is getting its input from the output of this SAW module. Now this SAW module is all interlinked with this whole thing. So the first oscillator here on that in 1 and 2 is sending a SAW wave out to this matrix module, which is then outputting into the frequency modulation. So these two are actually playing back and forth with each other to create the... And you can hear that if I change both here at the same time, or change this one. You can hear them modulating each other. So that is part 1 of the patch. Part 2 of the patch oh god. So both parts of the patch are actually interlinked. So let's work backwards from here. The input of this is coming from the output of this filter. Now this filter's input is coming from output 2. And output 2 of this is getting its input directly from this oscillator module here. Now the frequency of this oscillator module is also patched in with this matrix here, meaning that these two from part 1 of the patch are changing the frequency of this. So from there, just the triangle output going into that input. So these two are changing the frequency of this, which is then outputting to here. And these two are being mixed together, or automated their mixing together from this up here. Switching here. And yeah, it's pretty much the patch.